Hello, and welcome back to Select All from Greg Adams, and I'm Greg Adams. Last video I showed you how to migrate data from a database to a CSV file. Now, some of you may have noticed at the very end of the video that some of the data, at least on my video, was screwed up. It shouldn't happen on you guys' side. Did some practice beforehand, and SSIS has an issue with letting go. I'm not sure if it's cached or not, but it has an issue of letting go with old data, so I basically have to delete each task and just redo it. But you guys should all be good. If you're not, just leave me a comment, send me a message. Anyway, today we're going to do the exact opposite, sending a CSV to a database. You ask yourself, why would you want to do that? Well, there's a lot of good databases that are saved in CSV format, and companies process data using CSVs also. So you may be asked by your supervisor to build an EDI file of some sort and send it, email it to the system, or upload it to a FTP site, and then the client system grabs it and then processes it. So it's a very, very good tool to know how to do. So what we're going to do today is just dump that file into the database. There's one thing I want to make sure everyone's aware of, that when you're doing a CSV, when you do it through SQL Server or SQL Server Integration Services, SSIS, it will dynamically just assume everything's a string, regardless if it's actual word or a number. So every column in the database will be string, or varchar, I should say, sorry, varchar, and it can get really finicky once you're wanting to do some data manipulation and everything. So without further ado and enough talking, let's go ahead and do this. So what I did was I created a folder on my desktop called AdventureWorks Employees, and this is the last file that we used from the last video. I had to do corrections on mine because I messed mine up. So you open SSIS. As you can see, there's some errors with it because I was redoing things for test. What you're going to do, don't worry about this X, we'll fix this. What you want to do is basically do what you did in the last video. You drag over the data flow task. Once in there, you create the flat file source. So just like the destinations, there's the same type of task, but there's a source. So you select that, and then you go into it. You'll see something very high level, there's not many choices here, and you got to go into the flat file connection. Once you do that, you choose where the file is, which I've already chose it. You look at the columns. We'll do that. We're going to do a vertical bar column delimiter and the carriage return, and I don't recall what the line feed, that's what it's called, line feed, row delimiter. Once you do that, this should be fine. Now you connect, you drag over the OLDB destination, drag the arrow to it, and we open it. So you're going to create a new connection manager, unless you've watched my other videos and you already had this saved. Go ahead and create it. If you don't know how to do it, watch my last video. Then the easiest way to do this would be just to select table or view, fast load, and then you'll see that since I chose my new database, there's only 2 tables that are available, and none of which are the table that we're going to use. So what we're going to do is create new, and since it's already connected to the flat file, it has everything already set up in terms of the columns, and you can tell right here, you can see right here that all of it's varchar. I believe that you can, I haven't tested this, you may can change the rate to an int or decimal and see if it is smart enough to do it. I'll let you guys know if it actually works. If you change it and if SSIS is smart enough to convert that instantly. What we're going to do is change the name of the table to CSV to DB to make it completely obvious. I love being obvious and straightforward. And click OK. And that's selected. We go to mappings. Everything's automatically mapped. Okay. Let me double check the database on my end to make sure that everything's clean. Let's see. I just removed it. Okay. So it's created the database right here. So this is going to be blank. We'll check to make sure. Okay, we have a blank database, and this is what we want. Now, let's just run the project. No errors, that's always good. Go ahead and close this. Go back in here and just rerun the top 1000 because we don't have that many. Have that much data. I say that and it breaks. Okay, here we go. Now we have data. Sweet. So if you've got this far, this is basically it. Then you can continue on doing whatever you need to do. I've been in situations where, someone's given me an Excel file from a different department, and I'm not a very good Excel person to do data with. I do all my manipulation on SQL, and it's a lot faster for me. So that's another good reason that you can, if someone gives you an Excel file of, payroll numbers or numbers about something about your company, and they want you to format it, to count it, to do something with it, put it in SQL, process it through SSIS, put it in SQL, and do everything. You can also do it a different way. You can just import it. The reason I did it through SSIS is because I just want to, learn SSIS more. The bigger the file, the more data it is, the more likely you'll use SSIS to do it because it processes it faster. But that's a topic for a different time. I'll make another video about how to process 60 million records versus 316. So, well, I hope you guys liked the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and stay tuned. And we will be doing something a little bit different in the next video. Everyone have a great day.